By the way, Marco Rubio tells lawmakers Trump wants to buy Greenland. Okay? Now, the question is, you can't find it on sale on Realtor, Zillow, all these other sites. We were talking about it earlier. But apparently they want to make an offer. What does that mean? Rubio, out of nowhere, makes that announcement, and people are reacting to it, buying up Greenland. Secretary of State Marco Rubio told lawmakers Trump wants to buy Greenland rather than invade it. While Mr. Trump has asked aides to give him an update on the plan for acquiring the territory, U.S. officials said on Tuesday. Rob, is this a clip of Rubio or?
No, this is President Trump talking about the necessity of acquiring Greenland.
Go for it.
I will say this about Greenland. We need Greenland from a national security situation. It's so strategic. Right now, Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security.
Cold War II.
And Denmark is not going to be able to do it, I can tell you. You know what Denmark did recently to boost up security in Greenland? They added one more dog sled. It's true. They thought that was a great move.
What would the justification be?
I don't want to talk about Greenland now.
Oh, no. I don't want to talk about Greenland now. After the dog sled.
Oh, my God.
And the European Union needs us to have it, and they know that.
That's amazing.
Listen to that last line. The EU knows that it is strategic. They know that there's a gateway up there where Russian naval forces come through. They also know that that Nuuk could be a base of operations for a fast response to the Northern Atlantic. And what you just heard there, that is the story behind the story. They'll have you believe that it's all rare earth minerals. Well, there's a lot of rare earth stuff that's very valuable in Greenland that would help the West. All of the West, by the way, not just the USA. But he's saying there needs to be more security. Greenland is a strategic location, and the Dutch aren't going to get it done, and the EU knows it. So the EU may be posturing publicly, but privately they know that if Russia gets more out of hand following the resolution of Ukraine, which we hope is in a short time, is that this is important. And you just heard it there at the very, very end of it. By the way, 54,000 population?
Yeah.
54,000? So
how's the nightlife? Is it like it's got a good party time? Or?
No, I think that's it. I think it's 54,000. I think it's just the same population as Boca Raton, Florida.
54,000. By the way, while this is going on Tuesday, leaders of 6 NATO nations joined Mette Frederiksen, the Prime Minister of Denmark, to issue a remarkable joint statement pushing back against Trump's assertion that the U.S. should be taking over Greenland. The nations that aligned with Denmark were Britain, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Poland, all of which are close allies of the U.S. So it's interesting. Jeff.
So they're just negotiating for a price.
That's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing. Rob, can you pull up an overhead or an overhead map of the pole, the North Pole? So you can really see, you really have to appreciate where Greenland is in its actual context to understand what Trump is talking about. Again, you have to think about this from the perspective of Cold War II. And if you see Greenland in there, look at where Russia is. It's right in the middle of everything there. Mm-hmm. It's basically, just from a military perspective, where the Russians have most of their military assets on the Kolar Peninsula or whatever it's called, it's basically straight line across from Greenland. So what Trump says about a strategic location of Greenland is absolutely correct. And if you are thinking and acting as if we are in Cold War II, that is essential to the United States as Taiwan is to China. Because if you look at the strategic area of China, China is basically bottled in the Pacific by Taiwan.
Right.
So you have all of these strategic bottlenecks. So that's where this is coming from. You're right. It's not rare earth. I mean, rare earth would be a bonus and a benefit, sure. Who was it that came out? There's somebody on social media came out with an idea. As you said, there's only 50-some thousand people in Greenland. Why not give them all $1 million? We're going to give every one of you $1 million. It's going to cost $50 billion. Nothing for the U.S. I mean, they borrowed the money anyway. We're going to give you $50 billion. We're going to give Greenland $50 billion. You guys vote to have the U.S. annex. But the point I'm making, though, is that from the Trump administration's perspective, understanding Cold War II, Greenland is absolutely essential.
And by the way, Rob, can you put that map back up there? There's a area called Murmansk, and take a look at where Murmansk is. It's very close to Finland. It always makes Finland very nervous. You see it right there, where on the
Just above
northern
the
edge
Arctic
by the
Circle.
red line.
Yeah.
That is where the Russian Navy and the nuclear sub headquarters is, and that is if you want to look at the Fort Knox of Russian Navy interest, that's it. And so Greenland gives you an opportunity to monitor in the northern Atlantic, and Russia knows it, and they don't want it. By the way, Boca Raton, Florida has 104,000 people. Greenland has 56,000. So I said it was about the same, probably. But if Boca Raton had a war with Greenland, Boca would probably have to give up 7.5 points.
So it's so Greenland's going to be like Ukraine, pretty much, at the very least at first.
What is more likely to happen? Us getting Panama Canal, us getting Greenland. I mean, what else would be on that list?
I think the canal is not a done deal, but I think there is an absolute path to do it.
This year? Is this impossible or is this possible?
I think step one, like we're going to put assets in Greenland that make it like a satellite at the very least. Like that's not a hard sell. And I think the harder thing to do is the Panama Canal, because we probably have to use force to do that if we don't do it the civil way through BlackRock.
Yeah, I think they're just like negotiating on price with Greenland. This is what it is. I mean, that's what Trump does. He's negotiating through the public and through private means, and they're just trying to come up with a fair price that actually works for everybody.
But
this is the Prime Minister of Denmark?
Yes. And she
Good for her.
responds.
What'd she say?
Oh boy.
Threats, pressure, and condescending remarks, even from our closest allies for a generation, about wanting to take over another country and another people as if it was something you could buy and own. That has no place anywhere.
Except all of human
history. We shoulder
history.
our responsibility in the world, and it is not us who will seek out conflict. But let there be no doubt, no matter what happens, we will stand firm on what is right and what is wrong.
Right.
Boy.
Okay. All right. So deal's coming your way here soon. And
Good luck with the dog sled.
You know, you can see almost Trump in his, the Godfather sense. I'm going to make them an offer they can't refuse. That's what he's working toward.
having said that, folks, since September 9th or 10th, even when we went to Aspen, I keep telling you this, I have been wearing the same exact shoes. I'm not kidding with you. This sounds crazy, doesn't it? It has to be. It's the only thing that I wear every single day, and I show you every single time. This is on, right? Future Looks Bright shoes. We are now seeing this in 20, I think we just hit 25 or 26 countries that it's been ordered in. If you're somewhere in the world watching this, you haven't placed an order yet, go ahead. But here's a Future Looks Bright shoes. Rob, go ahead and play the clip. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. All right, so guys, it's officially on the fourth order. This is how quickly this thing's going right now. What we were not expecting for a shoe, but it has become such a big hit. And the biggest thing is people come to this page and they compare to the Berluti, the Ferragamo, the Zegna, the Gucci, and you look at the FLB and what it offers with the Superfoam technology at the bottom of it and the craftsmanship, made in Tuscany, Italy, at 5 factories. If you haven't placed an order for yourself or your husband or your son or somebody, go place an order. They will fall in love with the shoes. Go read the reviews on the website for yourself, only from people who purchased the shoes, and enjoy it. They'll come back to you saying, this is the most comfortable thing I've ever worn. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order. And having said that, let's get right into it. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.